Okay, welcome everyone to our weekly Tuesday Dharma talk. And before we begin the talk, I will invite you to please draw your hands to your heart. And you can repeat after me. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
The unsurpassed,
The unsurpassed,
profound,
profound,
subtle and wondrous Dharma.
subtle and wondrous Dharma.
It's difficult to encounter.
It's difficult to encounter
In hundreds
in hundreds
of thousands
thousands
of millions of kalpas.
of millions of kalpas.
I now see and hear it,
I now see and hear it,
receive and uphold it.
receive and uphold it.
May we understand
May we understand
the true meaning
the true meaning
of the Tathagata.
of the Tathagata.
Namo Amitabha. Okay, so today we continue to study the 10 great practices and vows of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. And we are up to the 9th vow, so almost the end. So let's just do a quick review on the previous 8 vows we've studied. So what's the first one?
To pay homage to Buddha.
What does that mean?
It means to acknowledge people's Buddha nature
And to respect people's Buddha nature. Okay, very good. It's everybody's? Yes? Everybody's Buddha nature. Okay, what's the second one?
to praise the Tathagata.
What does it mean? What's Tathagata?
Buddha.
Also the Buddha nature as well. So also, I first remember the first vow, we respect people's Buddha nature. This is from attitude, from our mind. And then the second is to praise people's Buddha nature. Okay? We don't praise people if they do bad deeds, but we praise their Buddha nature. Even for evil people, they still have the Buddha nature. Okay? And by sharing the Dharma is also one way to praise the merits and virtues of the Tathagata. And also to practice kind speech with people. This can also help people to activate their own Buddha nature. Okay, what's the third one?
To give offerings.
To extensively cultivate making offerings. Extensively is actually a key word here. Not just only making offerings, but to extensively cultivate making offerings. Why do you think?
Because there's no discrimination.
Okay, because our true mind, our Buddha nature is vast and boundless, correct? So, to make offerings, it's like we honor people's Buddha nature. Remember, first is from the mind, the attitude we respect. Second is from the speech, praise. And third is actions. And to extensively cultivate making offerings, because our true nature has no boundary, it's boundless. So to not only cultivate making offerings, but to extensively cultivate making offerings, it resonates with our Buddha nature. Yes? Okay. And there's a difference between just offering and giving. Just giving and offering, okay? Giving, it could be a sense of condescension. But making offering is like we're really honoring the Buddha, everybody's Buddha nature. Yes. Okay, what's the fourth one? No? It should be like this. Our ninth session already.
Flashcards.
So to repent of karmic obstacles. What are karmic obstacles? What's karma?
The result of your action. The law of causes and consequences.
That's the law of karma. But karma itself, the sutra definition is intention acting through body, speech, and mind. It's our intention, our thoughts that has this intention, this force, okay, karmic force. What's karmic obstacles? So,
Things that are hindering us from doing the right thing.
From activating our Buddha nature, such as what? The 3 karmas, think.
Greed, rebirth, anger.
Yeah, so in the sutra it says, the Bodhisattva reflects from countless eons. I have committed immeasurable and boundless evil karma. This is Bodhisattva Samantabhadra from the sutra. He reflects, I, from the beginningless past, have committed countless and immeasurable evil karma due to greed, anger, and ignorance arise from body, speech, and mind. So I sincerely repent in front of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions. So even if the Bodhisattva reflects like this, how many evil karma have we committed in the past? Immeasurable, boundless, immeasurable evil karma due to greed, anger, and ignorance through body, speech, and mind. So we should sincerely repent. And how we can repent? Vow to never commit again, okay? But what if again we do it? And again we do it? Because our habits are very strong. So you keep repenting. But what's the best way to repent for Pure Land practitioners?
Painful.
Yeah, very good. Why?
Because when you're chanting Nianfo, your mind is only concentrated to Nianfo and not the unhealthy habits that you might do.
Yeah. You want to say something?
Yeah, clears the mind.
Yeah, very good. Because the evil karma arises from the thoughts, right? So our mind is the boss. So by continuously chanting the name of Amitabha, it helps us to purify the mind and it can transform our evil karma. Yeah. Okay. But actually we cannot completely clear our evil karma while we are living here because our habitual tendency is too strong. Even if we know we shouldn't do something, we can't help it, right? Like scrolling the phone, I should stop, but I can't help it and keep scrolling. So how we can actually completely clear off all our karma, evil karma? Do you know?
In the Pure Land.
Yeah, very good. So vow to attain rebirth in Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land. There, under the help and guidance of Amitabha Buddha and all the enlightened beings, you can completely clear off all your evil karma. So when we attain rebirth, we bring our bag of karma with us. And there, we can truly get purified. Here, extremely difficult, near impossible, particularly at this time, the Dharma declining age. In the sutra, it already says it's impossible for anyone to realize self-enlightenment. And because Shakyamuni Buddha is a perfect enlightened being, so his words are always true. And we should also believe in the Buddha's words. Okay, what's the 5th one? I hope all of you can remember the 10 great practices in that by the end of the sessions. To rejoice in others' merit. What does that mean?
So not feel jealous of other people's achievements.
Yeah, but how to rejoice when I see maybe Pavel is doing something good? I feel happy for him, right? I rejoice in your merit. Yeah. And this also helps us to expand our mind, expand our heart. If we see other people are better than us, instead of being jealous, we rejoice in their merit. 3 types of rejoicing. The upper grade of rejoicing is that, oh, you're doing good deeds, I rejoice in your merit, I join you to do the good deeds. Okay? And the middle grade of rejoicing is that, oh, you're doing good deeds. Maybe I can't really join you, but I also contribute in some kind of way to rejoice in your merit. And the lower grade of rejoicing is that you're doing good. Okay, I can't join you. Also, I can't really contribute. Maybe you don't have much capacity, but you rejoice from the mind. Okay, so rejoicing is an important practice. What's the sixth one?
To request something to do with to turn the Dharma.
Yeah, to request whom?
The Buddha,
The Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha.
To turn the Dharma wheel. So when we use the word Buddha, we're talking more like from the phenomena level. Tathagata more like from the nature.
Oh,
So to request the Buddha to turn the Dharma wheel, but where's the Buddha now? Can you find Shakyamuni Buddha now? So who should we invite?
great teachers and like knowledgeable people.
Yeah, very good. Even yourself too, if you know some Dharma and you know it's the right thing. For instance, you can share Nyingpo with others, or you can share the 10 great practices around with others. Okay. And what's the seventh one?
To invite the Buddha to stay in this world.
To invite the Buddha. Very good. Where's the Buddha? Now, who we should invite?
Every sentient being.
No. This is linked to the sixth one.
Oh, the great masters.
Yes, the great masters to stay in the world. Why?
To let them continue studying the Dharma.
Yeah, very good. Okay. What's the eighth one? Last week. To constantly learn from the Buddhas. Yes. Why we need to constantly learn from the Buddha?
Because it might help us.
Harm us.
Yeah. Because by learning the Buddha, we can be awakened, right? And this is a constant learning. If, let's say, we don't meditate for like a week, what will happen to us?
Back to old habits.
Yes. How often should we be mindful?
Anytime.
Very good. Moment to moment, constantly learning from the Buddha. Do you know what a Bodhisattva thinks all the time? Like this enlightened being, what's on their mind all the time?
To help sentient beings.
Yeah, they're always mindful of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Okay? If you achieve enlightenment through Nyingpo or Samadhi also means right concentration, then your mind will always be mindful of Amitabha in every moment. So why it's so important to constantly learn from the Buddha? If we don't think of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we're not mindful of the Buddha, what are we mindful of? Very good. Thank you. Then we just be so attached to our delusions, to our old habits of thinking, to maybe what happened in the past, to things that make us angry, all kinds of delusions. Our delusion, how many delusions we have? Boundless, correct? Immeasurable, boundless delusions. How we can be awakened? Wake up from our delusion. What's the method? Very good, Nyingpo. How often?
As often as you can.
Yeah, constantly learning from the Buddha. So a Bodhisattva's mind always think of the Buddha's teaching every moment. That's how an enlightened being think. I'm trying to show you an enlightened being's mind. It's that every moment in their mind, they're mindful of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the three jewels. They're mindful of the Buddha's teaching, or if they practice Nyingpo, they're mindful of Amitabha. Like really all the time, They're mindful of how they can help save sentient beings. If you have this kind of mindset, will you feel suffered in your life? No. So why do we suffer now so much? Because we are not constantly learning from the Buddha. We are not mindful of the Buddha's teaching. We are only thinking of our delusions all the time. We are always attached to this mind. My feelings, my emotions, my. You need to get out of this mind and think of, how I can help others. That's the hallmark of Bodhisattva, to generate bodhicitta. What does bodhicitta mean? Bodhisin.
So it means enlightened mind.
Yeah, and? So bodhicitta has two aspects, okay? It's one mind, but it has two aspects. Bodhi means awaken, enlighten. Chitta means heart, mind. So a bodhisattva has what's called bodhicitta. This is a hallmark of a bodhisattva. If you want to be a bodhisattva, you first need to give rise to bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, it's like they have this enlightened mind that they aspire for perfect enlightenment for themselves for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay? So the two aspects, it's first, they aspire for perfect enlightenment themselves. Second, they do so for the benefit of all sentient beings. So that's how a bodhisattva thinks moment to moment. How I can aspire for perfect enlightenment and by helping sentient beings.
But how does the Bodhisattva take into account the sentient beings while trying to liberate themselves?
Okay, very good question. So, what's the obstacle? What's the biggest obstacle on our path to enlightenment?
Delusion.
Yeah, delusion, but where does this delusion come from?
From the mind.
Yeah, from the mind, and also there's an attachment to the self, correct? Because of the self. We keep saying, I'm feeling my emotions. How you can overcome the self? What's the most effective way for you to overcome the self?
Nianfo.
Yeah, Nianfo, that's two. But also Nianfo with the mind of wanting to benefit sentient beings. That's the easiest way for you to overcome the self. You see, there's a difference between Theravada practice and Mahayana practice. Theravada more focusing on liberating the self, correct? Mahayana, we're telling you, if you want to liberate the self, you go and help others. Do you know? That's the easiest way for us to overcome the self, instead of just focusing on the self and try to liberate the self. You go and help others and you forget about you. You forget about the self. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is actually a quicker way if you want to let go of the self. Now we're too much focused on our own suffering. We're not seeing the suffering of other people. Our suffering is actually not much. We are very fortunate. We are very blessed to live in a country like Australia. We need to look at other people's suffering, give rise to compassion, bodhicitta, and think how you can best help others. By doing so, you can liberate yourself. If you're always looking at your own little sufferings, you're not seeing the suffering of others and the suffering of the world, or maybe even the suffering of your parents. You need to give rise to compassion and not only just to focus on the mind, I, but seeing others suffering and give rise to compassion and the mind to want to help others. That's the easiest way to overcome your own suffering and overcome this little ego self. So now we suffer. It's also because of our attachment to the self. Yes? Okay. So the ninth vow we're going to study today, it's called to accord with sentient beings. 恒顺众生. So what does it mean to accord with sentient beings?
Maybe it means to live in harmony with them.
Very good. Okay, yes. How to live in harmony with others. Say with your parents.
To follow the other vows of Samantabhadra, repeat at the start.
Very good. Let's say if people in our life, they do bad deeds, should we accord with them? No, very good. Okay. But what if they do good deeds? Yeah, we should accord with them. And to accord with sentient beings is very important. Because if you want the sentient beings to listen to you, you need to make them happy first. Correct? So this is one of the skillful means of the Bodhisattva. 善巧方便. So in the sutra it says, to make sentient beings happy is to make the Tathagata happy. 让众生开心即是让诸佛开心. So we need to try to accord with sentient beings and to make them feel happy. And if you want to share the Dharma with them, then they might consider listen to you. Yeah. If you're living with your parents, be good to your parents and try to share the Dharma with your parents or your friends, your classmates. I try to be friendly with them and to live in harmony with them. But you say, what if I just hate a person so much I can't be friendly with them? What should we do? What if I want to harm people? So try to nianfo and give rise to compassion, to see their Buddha nature. Do not just think he or she is an ordinary being, but seeing their Buddha nature, seeing their Tathagatagarbha, know that they are actually all Buddhas. So that's why you should respect their Buddha nature and to accord with them, to make them feel happy. This is how you can live in harmony with others. Any questions about this?
Yeah. Is it okay to hate someone's ignorance? Or
To hate someone what?
to hate somebody's ignorance?
Ignorance. It's not okay. No, it's not. But this is, if you have this kind of thoughts, it means you're not seeing his Buddha nature. Do you know what I mean? That means you are ignorant because you give rise to anger. Anger also, everything is about ignorance. And greed, anger, and ignorance, including greed and anger. So we need to expand our mind, expand our heart, and seeing everyone's Buddha nature. We all share the same Buddha nature. We are all equal in terms of our Buddha nature. So you should not hate anybody because it's only due to ignorance that they maybe commit not very good things, but their Buddha nature has not changed. Okay, 众生皆有佛性。因为有佛性，所以我们不应该讨厌众生。So we shouldn't hate anybody. And if you hate people, this thought, who hurts the most?
So,
Exactly. 当我们对众生产生厌恶这个念头其实是最伤害我们自己的。这是负面的念头。It's a negative thought. And it's not good for you. And also not good for you living in harmony with others. Try to see their Buddha nature. And we are also full of ignorance too. We are not innocent. Yeah. You want to say something?
Yeah. And if we say to see somebody's Buddha nature, doesn't that imply that there is part of them that is not Buddha nature?
No, then you don't understand. Then you have miscomprehended what Buddha nature means. Okay, because Buddha nature is, where is Buddha nature?
Everywhere.
Okay, so even the ignorance arises from where? Even the deluded mind arises from where?
Buddha nature.
Yes. So all it's Buddha nature. 其实我们的无明，我们的愚痴，也是从佛性中生出来的，只是我们不会善用自己的心啊，因为不会善用，所以你在愚痴和无明中打转。So everything actually arises from Buddha nature, emptiness. But it's just we don't know how to direct our mind correctly, so we're stuck in ignorance. The force, the very force that gives rise to ignorance, it can be the very force that help you attain enlightenment. So all our practice is about changing our habits. Change from the bad habits to the good one, to be mindful of delusions to Amitabha. 对，就我们升起妄念的那个力量，它也是从佛性中来的。如果你会善用你的心，把它转到阿弥陀佛这个频道上，你也可以，将来一定是可以成佛，因为我们皆有佛性。
师兄，就是有时候我会觉得，就 I feel isolated。
Very good。
就是我现在怎么才能解脱出来？就是。
So in English, so they know.
Just I feel isolated, very depression. Yeah. How could I release them?
Yeah. So that we can answer that. Anyone can answer that.
I think mindfulness can help. It helps me quite a bit. So I share some of the same feelings, and the more I think about how lonely I am, the worse I feel. And it's not good to be alone, but there's people around you as well.
Yeah.
So whenever you feel isolated, when these thoughts come, right, you need to kneel for quickly. Be mindful of Amitabha. Amitabha. Yes. If you are mindful of Amitabha is always with you. You know? Maybe you can't really see the Buddha, but the Buddha is always with us. Because the Buddha's body is everywhere, the Dharma body. So this is a delusion. To feel isolated or loneliness, this is a delusion. Okay? So you shouldn't be attached. You need to change your thoughts quickly to Amitabha. If you're aware, the more you think about, like Pavel said, the more you think about, I'm isolated, I'm lonely, you will be more lonely and isolated because you're giving energy to that thought. You're feeding the thought. Yeah, so you should not feed them. You need to quickly change them. Change the channel to Amitabha, to infinite light. Because your true nature is infinite light. Now you feel loneliness or isolated, it's a delusion. 就这个妄念就不要执着，一定要马上调伏，马上念佛，佛号要提起来，一定要提起来，要持续的、相续的提起来。And continuous mindfulness is very important. Okay, anything else?
I want to ask about slaves, actually.
Slave.
Yeah, like to take an extreme example. I just take the most extreme example because it might be the most clarifying as well.
Yeah.
Do you think slaves should also have, like bodhicitta? Because it seems in their situation, they really need to be quite selfish if they want freedom. And perhaps angry.
What kind of slaves you're talking about?
Maybe, in revolutionary America.
Okay. But what do you mean they need to be selfish to attain freedom?
Well, I just imagine if I'm a slave, how I would feel and what I would want, and probably I might have some outrage at,
But actually, a slave should have bodhicitta. That's how they get freedom. Because they don't want anybody to suffer, including themselves and other fellow slaves. So they need to have bodhicitta so they can fight for their freedom. Yeah. And they can have anger if it is appropriate. Even bodhisattvas can demonstrate anger. If you go to like Tibetan monastery, lots of angry bodhisattvas look, because sometimes you need to put on that face. But in the mind, the heart is not attached to such emotions. Yeah.
Do you think perhaps if they're too attached in those sort of circumstances, it might be counterproductive?
Attached to what circumstances?
You
mean
to be enslaved and to be attached to, wanting freedom. I mean, obviously a slave wants freedom, but to some extent, because they are a slave, they don't have complete freedom.
Yeah. So, correct. So no attachment can help them not suffer too much if they can't get what they want. Yes.
What's the difference between bodhicitta and Buddha nature? Is it the same thing?
No. You need bodhicitta in order to activate your Buddha nature. So in the sutra, actually related to the vow we're studying now, it says the sentient beings are like roots. It's a metaphor, okay? Sentient beings are like roots of a tree. Think of a tree in a barren desert, growing in a barren desert. Sentient beings are like roots. Bodhicitta are like the water to water the tree. And then the fruits are like the Buddha and Bodhisattva, like Buddha nature. So bodhicitta is the enlightened mind that works for the benefit. Like bodhicitta puti-xin, it means one generate the enlightened mind to aspire for perfect enlightenment and to liberate the suffering of all others.
Oh.
Yes? So this is necessary. It's like this state of mind is necessary for anyone who wants to realize the Buddha nature.
So
the Buddha nature is the fruit, the bodhicitta is like the water.
So the bodhicitta is it's like more of the actions.
The mind, bodhicitta is the mind and the actions.
The actions that if you have it, it allows you to realize the true Buddha nature, which is the result.
Yeah, the result, like perfect enlightenment. But bodhicitta is more about the mind. And then the actions will follow. Okay, first you need to give rise to bodhicitta in order to perform bodhisattva actions. Yeah. So bodhicitta is this state of mind that I want to realize perfect enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. That's what bodhisattva first generate bodhicitta. If you want to be a bodhisattva, you first step generate bodhicitta to develop this kind of mindset. Okay, now I want to realize perfect enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. And then second, you can perform all the bodhisattva practices, like the 10 great practices and that. But first you need to have bodhicitta. If you don't have bodhicitta, you might not want to help anybody. You might not want to realize perfect enlightenment. So it's like you first set a goal. And in the sutra it says, the sentient beings are like the roots of a tree. Right? Imagine a Bodhi kin tree growing in the barren desert. The sentient beings are like the roots of the trees, and the bodhisattvas are water with the water of great compassion, like the bodhicitta watering this tree, and then the tree will have fruits, and the fruits are like the Buddhas, and bodhisattvas are the enlightened fruit. Yeah. So it is because of sentient beings that Buddhas and bodhisattvas give rise to compassion. 因为有的众生，佛菩萨会有慈悲心。And because of compassion, one give rise to bodhicitta. 因为有慈悲心，所以佛菩萨会有菩提心。And because of bodhicitta, one realize Buddhahood. 因为有菩提心，所以佛菩萨会成佛。So this is the causal connection. Without bodhicitta, one cannot realize Buddhahood. So bodhicitta is a hallmark for bodhisattva. So always, if you are coming to any Mahayana teacher But a good teacher will always first tell you to generate and surpass bodhicitta. To generate very big bodhicitta. 发菩提心，上成佛道，下化众生。To realize enlightenment yourself and to help all sentient beings. This is the best way for you to overcome the self. 当我们发菩提心的时候，是最容易帮助我们克服这些小我的。就现在你只是看到你自己的这种痛苦，你没看到你别人的痛苦，你没看到你父母的痛苦。你当看到他们的痛苦，你慈悲心升起来了，你就不要只是执着自己的这些痛苦了。现在你这个小我太重了，所以你只是执着自己的这些感受。当你去看到别人比你更加 suffer， 你要想你怎么去帮助别人，那时候你就没有那么多时间只是想到自己了，这样也可以帮助你走出来。
我原来是非常善良啊，为什么就是好像好像就是不知道怎么回事，就是没有了这种东西。
用英文说出来。
就是 for I'm very kind. I don't know why, but now I didn't have this quality. So how can I rescue myself? Have a kind and generous. Yeah.
What do people think?
善良。今天在火车上有个老人，他还上来要钱，他还给他钱，跑过去给他钱。
The father said, you are still very kind now. Today you gave money to an old man in the train. So you're still kind. But you want to be more kind. What do people think? How to be more kind?
That is bodhicitta.
Very good. bodhicitta, 发菩提心，发菩提心，帮助更多的人。对，你很善良，其实就是有时候可能有一些习气，没关系。
这我觉得这些习气已经公司了。
你就不要这么想它，可以慢慢调整，多念佛，可以慢慢调整。
Just before I'm very pure, I'm very pure, pure man, and then I just I'm working and I have a pollution from the society, so 变成同流合污了，就是我的习气变了。Because the pollution, yeah, from the society, and I didn't feel I'm pure. I'm pure before I'm very pure. Yeah.
Is that because of pollution in society over time, you become less pure?
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because your Buddha nature has not affected. Okay? 是你的佛性并没有被染污。Our Buddha nature will never be impure. No matter how impure you think you are, and you still got this perfect Buddha nature within you. So we all have like bad habits, and maybe at a particular time it can be quite serious or important. I mean, it can be more serious than other times. But it's okay, you know. You can keep chanting Amitabha to purify your mind, body, speech, and again, you can slowly activate
Lotus 就是那个莲花都是出淤泥而不染。
Yeah, very good. Yeah, the lotus grew from the mud
我修的不是很好
and untinted. Yeah.
我修的不是很好，就是
It's okay.
Yeah, 所以说变成会同流合污在这件事上。
So our practice is long-term practice. It's moment to moment. So it's okay you don't have good practice now. I feel I don't have good practice. Because this is a lifetime practice. So don't worry. You don't have to blame yourself so much, and don't need to fall into this vicious cycle of self-blame. You just remember your Buddha nature is untainted, no matter what. OK， 你的佛性是没有被染污的。你要慢慢念佛，帮你把这个佛性开启。对，你 just keep doing 念佛 keep doing Dharma practice, to slowly help you. Yeah.
My practitioners say that they follow the Bodhisattva path. Does that mean that they literally become like Bodhisattvas such as Guan Yin, or do they follow the path or the vows that Bodhisattvas make?
The latter.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah, because if you are Guan Yin, you are at the highest level of enlightenment for Bodhisattva, at a stage called equal enlightenment, 等觉菩萨, the 51st stage of enlightenment. But now we are all ordinary beings. We are unenlightened beings. But we can pick up the Bodhisattva vows and the Bodhicitta. We can give rise to Bodhicitta. We're like kindergarten Bodhisattva.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
like
preschool Bodhisattva. But you should take up the Bodhisattva vows, and even in the future, the Bodhisattva precepts. If you're interested, it will help you progress a lot.
Do I have to be a monk?
No, the Bodhisattva precept, you don't have to be a monk. It's for lay practitioners. There's usually a ceremony, but only at certain temples. Like in China, only very big temples, they offer this ceremony. And there's a sutra called Brahmajala Sutra, 放浪菩萨戒经. I can give it to you later. Brahmajala Sutra, and it detailed the precepts the Bodhisattva should follow. Yeah.
So, what's the whole point of studying emptiness or sunyata? Is there a use to knowing emptiness?
Yeah, of course. Emptiness is the truth of this world. Yeah. You studied the Heart Sutra?
Yeah. So, but isn't like emptiness linked with impermanence?
Yes,
Or-
also.
So, like, I'm still confused as to whether or not we should, still need to learn emptiness if we all need to know is that anything is impermanent. So what's the true use of knowing or learning emptiness?
Okay. So emptiness means that everything is constantly changing without a independent fixed nature. Okay, so we are not independently exist just like this. We're all interrelated. And that is emptiness. Emptiness tells us that the interrelationship between everything and all beings. Emptiness is also Buddha nature.
Mm.
It's another word for it. Yes. Everything arises from emptiness. Yeah.
Western philosophy actually says the same things. If you read Heidegger or Friedrich Hegel, they kind of come to the same conclusions.
Yeah, because bodhisattvas can also manifest as philosophers to share Buddha's teachings.
I don't know if Heidegger was a Buddha.
But if the teachings is similar to Buddhism or the same, so if you read the sutra called Avatamsaka Sutra, which is where the practices and vows of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra come from, the final chapter, in the Avatamsaka Sutra, it tells you how Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, how they manifest into all walks of life to share the Dharma, including in externalist teachings, which are non-Buddhist teachings. They can share the Dharma like that. Because truth is one. You can talk in all kinds of ways. You don't have to use the word Buddha, Dharma, to describe the truth. But it's also important we are here to talk about Buddha Dharma, because the Pure Land path, you do have to use this kind of words. Yeah. But if we're only talking about emptiness and all this, you don't have to. Yeah.
I have maybe some personal concern, which, I try to name for, and it helps. So maybe there's some other way I should be thinking about my situation, but I go to work every day and I don't get along with anyone. And it creates a lot of distress because I have a few options. I can try to fake my personality, and that's very stressful and taxing. I can be quiet, and I've tried not to care, but even still, it's very awkward because you're the only quiet person there, and there's expectations to participate in group meetings or whatever.
Yes.
So it's kind of like I'm stuck, and all I can do is just Amiituofo and look like a weirdo.
Very good. Is that a pollution question? It's related, right?
Yes.
I think for people who are maybe a bit pure in nature, it's not easy to work in the conventional
Not for
society.
me.
我觉得好像脱离社会很久。
你应该去寺院，其实你这种要去寺院打工。I'm telling him he should be going to temple to volunteer with his nature. You know what I mean? He's not fit to work in the society. Maybe you too.
Maybe, yeah.
I go to the temple.
I feel like my work is not sustainable. It's only something I'm doing now because I need money and
I
experience.
just feel isolated for a long time. I always stay at home. 就是我丧失 independent ability， 就是这样子。
Yeah, because you stay at home for too long. Yeah, I think with you, and you have the conditions. Your parents are so understanding, and it's not like you really need the money. You can go to China and volunteer at my Shifu's temple for some time. Yeah. 我说他很适合去我师父寺院做义工，因为他这种性格不适合在社会上工作的。他应该也不需要了哈。需要吗？也没有。
现在都是拿 Centrelink 的。
这个可以了，就拿 Centrelink 就可以了。
它是12月1号。
Yeah, I mean, if you can, that's why I don't work in the society. I used to work at a law firm on Collins Street. Imagine that. But luckily, that was before I know about the Dharma, so I had a different personality. Do you know what I mean? I could totally fake myself and just put on a poker face. So, of course, it's not great. You don't want to fake yourself all the time. And we want to do something that is true to our heart's calling. Do you know what I mean? So it took me 6 years to go on this soul-searching, self-search journey, and eventually encounter the Dharma, and eventually I know what I'm going to do in my life. Maybe also for you, you will take some time to reflect that. If it is not sustainable, then maybe what you want to do in the future. But sometimes you don't also have to rush to think about it because maybe the moment has not come yet. Maybe in this moment, you can be in that position and just experience the matrix. And at a certain point, and you really can't take it anymore. Or, you've had enough, then you might just quit. Yeah. I mean, who wants to work?
That would be lovely.
Yeah, maybe you can join me to pilgrimage sometime. Go to my master's temple. I live there for some time and study Chinese. Anyway, many options. What I'm saying is there are more options than you think of. I mean, we've been conditioned to think of only one option in the society, but actually many options. You can choose to live your life depending on what you value the most.
I go back to China for 3 months because I'm a citizen. I can't adapt the Chinese environment.
But you didn't go to the temple, Did you go to temples? No. So you shouldn't be in the society. I feel you're not fit to be in the normal society. Yes, of course.
I feel just pollution and very dark.
Yeah. The world is dark outside. So For you, best to stay at a safe place where you are protected.
Yeah.
啊，
那我现在这来澳大利亚也可以吗？
最好你去寺院做义工啊，你去一个好的地方去做义工。
他上次去了东禅寺做那个粮房饱餐，然后在那待了，在马来西亚那东禅寺待了大概4天。他在寺院都非常亲近，然后就
我觉得
去帮助
他就适合在寺院做
做义工干活
常住的那种义工，你知道吗？
哎，对对，
他不适合在社会上工作。
是。
I said for
我
him
也觉得
best
是
to be a
的
long-term volunteer at the temple, and temple needs that anyway.
而
So
且他那师傅很多，他都跟他去
对
交流，交流会帮他
对对，
解脱。
你就跟他找有缘的寺院，然后让他在那里做常住义工就可以了。
是。
如果他这次跟我朝圣，也可以去师傅那个寺院。对，就说你就让他去找有缘的寺院去常住。对，他不适合在社会上工作。So we need to put ourselves in the right position. If you're not fit, then you don't have to stay there. Yeah.
What can we do in the meantime?
In the meantime, if you have to stay there, you just stay there. But also maybe can plan for your next step. Yeah.
学习也没学。
你不需要学，你学什么？你就学佛法就可以了，念佛就行了。对，正好念佛。
我去的那个佛光山东禅寺。
挺好。就你去你喜欢的寺院，永远的。
他去那都很亲近，都没觉得你是妄想的，还是
Good.
天天跟着，然后那
So
做。
when he stayed at the temple, he was very good. But when he came out, he can't. Yeah. So because the place has different energy or vibration, so that's very important. And for you, because now you're working on this path already, so you will become more aware of that energy at your workplace. And maybe eventually at one point you can't take it and you will just leave. But while in the meantime, you still need to be there, you just be there and Amitabha. And you don't have to get along with people. But you just need to be polite with people. To be in harmony with others, but doesn't mean you have to be like, go and grab a drink with them or something.
在家里抄经，做节目抄经。
这些不重要，你就是多念佛，你就是佛法是修心嘛。你形式的修行，如果你心上不能用力，没有太大用。你要用心正念一定要提起来，你要 mindfulness 正念要提起来，主动的提起来。对，对，你没有问题，你会好的。对，你要对自己有信心，你不要太自责，你不要那么想，没有你就念佛就行了，念佛诵经让你。
他总是认为自己这里不好，那里不好。
对，没关系，这叫他的一个习气，
对，
就是自己转念。
这里难受，那里难受，天天就说，哎呀，我这有病，那里有病，
你多鼓励他就行给他自信。
我这边有看医生。
对吧？
Okay, anything else? Okay, so maybe let's do a memory transfer. If you have any sort of personal questions, you can come to me later. Okay, 我们做个回向哈。May we be born
in
the Western Pure Land. Have the 9 great lotuses as our parents. When the lotus open, we'll see the Buddha and realize the Dharma of non-arising. Have non-regressing bodhisattvas as our companions. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. May all beings hear the unsurpassed Dharma and attain rebirth in Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land. 愿生西方净土中，九品莲花为父母，花开见佛悟无生，
花开见佛悟生，
不退菩萨为伴侣。
不退菩萨为伴侣。
Namo Amitabha Buddha.
Namo Amituofo.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amituofo.